Hello everyone and welcome back to Mentos Plays The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Me with my very unshaven face and head due to the sunburn that I got while I was on my vacation. We're going to be jumping right in here. New run. Why not just play as Isaac? The win streak, if you'll notice, is at -28. That comes from me kind of psyching myself out trying to go for the boss rush victory as the lost. Which should be one of the last things I need to do in terms of character unlocks. So for now, we're just going to play a nice simple Isaac run. We should have no problem in making it to the end of the game. And can relax a little bit, see what Rebirth has to offer on this run. Speaking of which, there's an item room right here. Mom's pad, no thank you. I mean, it's not a spacebar item, so it's an improvement, but it's holy water. Holy water is one of the worst items in the game, and that's not even to mention that's even with the fact that it was completely broken in vanilla being fixed. It is still one of the worst items in the game, and that's saying a lot. The fact that the item was fixed and it's still terrible. Let's take out Mr. Meat chunk here. Okay, we do have another room down there, but let's go fight our boss at least. Another tinted rock. If I had all the bombs in the world, that would be like 4 tinted rocks I got on this floor. Instead, I had like 1 bomb exactly, so I've gotten, 1 tinted rock. I would love to get the small rocks if I could, so I might go explore just for the sake of trying to find a an extra bomb. Try to get that small rock. We did at least get a key, which is going to help us get to the item room on the next floor. I am very close to 100%ing this game, actually. Outside of that last couple lost unlocks, the one for beating all his stuff on hard mode, and the one for beating boss rush in general. Outside of that, I've got all the other character unlocks done. I've beaten all the challenges. I am very close to having 100% of this game, and that makes me excited. Because then the fun of, going through the game with everything unlocked will begin. And I can start to see what kind of crazy things can happen while I'm just randoming characters. But to do that, I need to be able to beat the lost first, and that is not going so well for me thus far. I have had a lot of bad luck with it, and I think it's mostly just, like I said, I'm psyching myself out. I can usually beat the basement and the caves without taking damage, unless I make a stupid mistake. But as a lost, for whatever reason, even getting through the basement without getting hit is being challenging. And it pretty much comes down to, I am so paranoid about the timing, about the fact that if I do make a mistake, it's game over, and it's causing me to just mess up a lot more than I normally would, and it's getting kind of frustrating, I won't lie. But I know I can do it, because I've, beaten the lamb and the blue baby as the lost, so, I should have no problem getting that far again. It's just a matter of getting to the boss rush in time, and then managing to beat it that's giving me trouble. Let's head to our item room here. Undefined is a spacebar item that if I did not have the D6, I wouldn't mind messing around with for a while. But as it stands, I do have the D6, and so we will not be touching it. Well, we touched it, but we won't be using it. We'll just be putting it back down and then re-rolling it. Pyro! I wish I had you on the last floor, my buddy. 99 bombs is, of course, a very big positive. You can always find uses for bombs. Whether it's offensive, whether it's breaking open tinted rocks, whether it's just, getting to items that you wouldn't be able to access without bombs. There's always a use for bombs, so getting pyro early is good. Not to mention we find a bombs are key pill. That pyro becomes a skeleton key, which is arguably the more valuable of the two. But they're both great in their own right. Let's head over to this way. Not a combat room. Unfortunately, we're not going to get another reroll for the boss here. boss in the devil room. This guy is dead. That's a live bomb. Dingle! Dingle, old buddy, old pal. You're a very, very simple boss once you know your patterns. I hate to tell you, buddy, but if I take a hit on you, I will be ashamed of myself. I remember when Rebirth first came out that everyone thought Dingle was this absurdly hard boss. And I think now the trend has already switched to where people are like, you know what, Dingle, you're actually really, really easy. And I was an early proponent of that. I found out, and I realized pretty much exactly how to fight him within a couple of fights. And he's never given me trouble since. I mean, he is a very simple boss once you know what you're doing. That was stupid damage to take because I dodged terribly. Toothpicks are going to be some tears up. What do we have in the devil room? Let's go all in here. Permanent Horror Babylon state. We got Brimstone for some extra damage. Let's do this. What do you have to offer me, challenge room? A great chest? No thank you. My Brimstone is charging absurdly quickly. I'd like to see that. That was pretty stupid. That was very stupid. Well, look, now it's like practice for the lost. If I take a hit, I'm dead. Oh, you were down there, huh? Down there, you say? Well, you're dead now. Cricket's body doesn't help us. Little Chad, also not very helpful. We will start working on getting another reroll up and going, but for now, let's keep moving. That is worth a bomb. Even if we didn't have 99 of them, that would be worth a bomb. Broken magnet, not the worst item to get. Let's use a bomb here as well. I'm trying to keep an eye out for tinted rocks. Oh. That was me playing stupidly. I don't know why I chose to approach that greed head instead of just, you know, keeping my distance and killing him safely. No idea, to be honest with you. But we will start a second run up here and hopefully do a little bit better. There was no reason for me to have lost that run, to be honest with you. If I were playing intelligently, we would still be alive right now. Come on, Double Spider, get closer to me. Okay. And I like it more when they spawn Mad Spider because it's much easier to kill. Not that Double Spiders are hard to kill particularly, but you have to kill them 3 times instead of once. That's a key, that's helpful for next floor. Let's see. There's our item room. Extra red heart if we need it. The relic. The relic is really good. That'll help give us a little bit of survivability. And that's the other funny thing on the Lost runs is, you know, the first thing you want to do is kind of go for like Holy Mantle or Dead Cat or something really high damage like, you know, if you got Epic Fetus, you're in a pretty good position to try to make a run of things, even if you don't have any defense at the moment. But you know, I can't count the number of runs where I would get Dead Cat on my first curse room. So, you know, I would have 8 lives remaining by the time I was free to move around. And, you know, you're kind of excited by that because you want to be able to make a run of things. And then you get to your first item room and it's like, here's stem cells, here, take an HP up. Or here's the relic, here, take something that generates health. And it's like, you know what, game? I don't use health. I cannot use health. Why would you keep throwing these things at me that give me health? The Haunt, also a much easier boss than people give him credit for, although I've done horribly on this one. It's been actually a long time since I've played a run of anything except The Lost, so excuse my being terrible right now. I am not used to not feeling defeatist as soon as I take a hit of damage. There we go. Again, I made him look harder than he is, but not a too bad boss. As long as you stay in that bottom third of the screen and just pay attention to his cells while walking back and forth, you're not gonna have too bad of a time of things. Let's put these fires out, and then we're gonna go for it. Good. Good. Everything went better than expected. Now, of course, chances are pretty decent that there is something important attached to that big room down there, but we're going to explore this path first. People do often say that about the big rooms, how important rooms are more likely to be attached through them. And you know, they've got a very, very logically sound point. But the one thing that I want to point out is that a big room can have up to 8 entrances spring off of it. So of course the chances are higher that you're going to run into an important room off a big room than off of a regular room. You know, people put it more as a quirk of the map generation, when really it's just a logical step of this room can have more rooms coming off of it, so chances are higher that it will have a room of relevance coming off of it. And it might be a quirk of the map generation too, I don't know for sure. But what I do know is that there is a completely sound reasoning of, you know, even if it's not actually the way the maps are generated, just the more rooms that you put coming off of a room, the more likely it is to attach to rooms that you're interested in. If I have too many hallways in my house, and one of which is, you know, throughout the entire length of the house, oh god, one of them is through the entire length of the house and the other one is through half of the house, well, the one that's through the entire length of the house is where you're going to be more likely to find stuff you're interested in. A 2, I forget what the 2 does. I think it rerolls pickup items on the floor. No, maybe not. I don't actually remember what 2 does. Maybe 2 is just reroll item pedestals on the floor? I don't know. I know what 1 does for sure, I know what 3 does for sure, I know what 5 does for sure, I know what 6 does. 2 and 4, 2 and 4 are the ones I've gotten least often, I would say. And the ones I'm probably least familiar with. Good job, floating baby. Pin should be a cakewalk. Pin remains one of the easiest basement / cellar bosses to not take damage on. You kind of have to be trying to take damage on Pin once you know his patterns well enough. That's not to say that you can't take damage on accident, but it is to say that his attacks are very, very straightforward. And so when you just have regular tiers, it's a little bit easy to judge. 3 red chests, let's see what we got. 2 bombs, dead cat, 2 spirit hearts. With that many spirit hearts, we will take dead cat even though it's expensive. Grab that eternal heart and head on downwards. That's going to give us 1/3 of Guppy mode. Of course, transforming into Guppy is hugely beneficial in Isaac. Oop, I want to go down from here. Yeah, I'll blow a key on this. Meh, not a terrible choice. That was a terrible choice in the long run. Hello, little gishes. You're all dead, bishes. Telepathy for dummies. Oh my. Really? Butterbean? That's the second item you're gonna give me, is Butterbean. Let's forget that item exists, because Butterbean is terrible. I'm sure there's probably some use for it somewhere, but as a whole, Butterbean is just not an item that is even worth considering picking up if you have another option. In most ways, I would rather have the poop than the Butterbean. Well, I would rather have Isaac's tears than the Butterbean, and that's a terrible item. It is a bit funny that I finally learned yesterday that Isaac's heart is not completely a troll item. There are actually benefits to having it, and if you get good enough at using it, I'm sure it could be hugely beneficial to you. I am nowhere near good enough at using it to make any use of it, but I'm sure at some point there will be people good enough. Spawn this dude. Nothing. Let's check our shop. We can always bomb the donation machine if we need. We have no keys. Never mind. I'm gonna say we can bomb the donation machine if we need a little bit more money, but we don't need more money when we have no access to the shop anyway. Let's head up this way. There's our boss. We aren't likely to get a deal with the devil, but I would like to try to get another charge ready to go in case we do. Excuse me, apologies. My voice is being a little bit odd today. Okay, so I can get another charge, but I need to do the challenge room to do so. But that's okay, since even if we don't get a devil room, I would like to reroll the Butterbean. I don't even know what killed that guy up at the top. He must have hit the flames. Yeah, it makes sense. Eee. I actually like when spiders spawn because it gives you a little bit of time before the actual waves start to kind of collect yourself instead of jumping right into things. It is strangely enough a benefit to have spiders spawn in one of the red chests on a room like this. Excuse me. And what comes after that? Oh, one of these guys. That's actually kind of rough to get this particular challenge room, considering that those guys are often thrown in as part of a Larry Jr. boss fight. You're essentially getting a boss in a regular challenge room on the 3rd floor, which is a little bit rough. I mean, it's only one of them, so it's not that bad. You do fight Larry Jr. regularly through the caves, but doesn't change the fact that it's a little bit extreme compared to the other enemies in the pool. Gertie J should not be a problem. Yeah, that's right. Eat my knockback. There we go. As expected, no devil room, but we can run back down here and go reroll our Butterbean to hopefully any item that is worth taking. I will say I kind of hate anti-gravity tears, but they make for an interesting run. They do have some interesting synergies. So we're gonna take them. You know, in the original Isaac, I would pass up a lot of passive items that were decent because I felt like I was, you know, past the point of experimenting with the odd items. And so, you know, I would pass up a lot of stuff that I might have earlier in the game taken. Whereas now, not so much. I mean, blank card's really good, black candle's really good, but we're not gonna buy either. In fact, we're gonna donate 3 cents there. So I at least donate some if I forget on this run. Of course, you can fire anti-gravity tears like normal, you just have to tap the button, which is a little bit frustrating. It's kind of like having chocolate milk. You get a benefit of a sort for holding the button down, but to tap the button lets you fire like normal, which is good in its own right. You know, on these guys, I probably want to fire like normal more than I want to try to use the anti-gravity tears to help me. Although, as you can see, there are benefits to doing that as well. You can essentially do a cursed eye effect, but without the risk of getting teleported out of the room. That was really stupid damage to take. That was all me trying to use anti-gravity tears. No. No. I do enjoy just making a wall of tears and having it fire across. Stop taking just random pointless damage that there's no reason for me. Please? Are you a wizard? Oh my god, that does actually affect anti-gravity tears. Let's do it live! That actually works surprisingly well. I feel like Are You a Wizard is actually less painful with anti-gravity tears, because you can just kind of load up a whole big every angle covered type thing. It actually worked. Bravo me. That was stupid. I really do hate these big spiders, by the way. They have an absurd amount of HP. They have an absurdly high amount of HP. You know, especially when you're getting the ones that, what just hit me? There was nothing alive that should have hit me when I looked away. But, especially when we're talking about the black ones that spawn spiders, those things spawn like 5 spiders a minute. No, like 5 spiders per 10 seconds, sorry. I'm not giving them enough credit for how overpowered in terms of spawning they are. And yet they have the HP of a god. How is that what should be right? You know what, in this case I think I would rather just tap the button. This is spawn only Gertie, so there's never really a chance to build up a ton of shots. Well, I did get it there. But he's gonna be, she's gonna be spawning too much for me to really make use of anti-gravity tears effectively. Oh, this is a long fight. Gertie with base damage is never fun. Drop a bomb in there. Drop a second bomb in here. I refuse to take damage to spawn only Gertie, but it is proving to be quite a long drawn out fight. Thank you. HP up. Spirit Heart for my relic. And... I think that was a decent trade. I think that did well for us. Goathead is going to ensure that we get Devil or Angel rooms the entire way going forward. Yeah, Goathead is going to ensure that we get Devil rooms the entire way going forward. Contract from Below is going to ensure that consumables are set for the rest of the run. This is going to double everything that we get. $48-hour energy. Come on, Chubster. I'm gonna waka you. The waka challenge was actually kind of fun. I know a lot of people hate it, but I found that one kind of fun. If I had magnet tears right now, I would be a happy man. Oh my god, the eye was just the best shield of all time. Peep, you dick. You dick. Okay, so we have another battery there. So if we need to reroll whatever's in this item room, we can. I kind of want to see what Mom's knife does with anti-gravity tears, so I'm kind of pulling for that. It seems like it would be horrible. Lemon Mishap. Oh man. Look at that. Look at the power of Lemon Mishap. Triple shot. Screw it, let's do it. Can also reroll our Devil Room again when we get back there. Oops. Maggie's Faith can be a kind of constant stream of health for us. And given our hanging on to a large amount of Spirit Hearts. We do have a battery for sale in the shop as well, remember, so if we don't like this reroll, we can reroll again. Oh, this is going to be tricky, but it also looks really, really good, let's be honest here. So, when we fire Brimstone, we are going to create a little portal to another dimension, which is then going to charge up for a bit, before firing out 3 Brimstone beams in a cone. That's really, really awesome, and I'm really glad that I picked up Anti-Gravity Tears now. I wasn't sure about it when I picked it up. Now I'm really happy. Just look at that. Look at that. It is a little bit hard to aim. I'll give it that, but how are you still alive? You are the world's best dodger, Mr. Spitfly. Oh my god. Of course, I should remember, I can put more than one of those down at a time. It's just my brain is kind of melting from trying to figure out how to place these things. I'm pretty sure I'm one hit away from death right now. I could use a tear rate up is what I could use. Oh my god, just stay in the beam, for God's sake. Thank you for the spirit heart. Thank you for the double chest contract from below. Yeah, sure. I'll give him one of my bombs back. Let's see what's over here. Justice, sure. And see, that's the way it should be used. But again, I could use some tears ups to make it so I can actually have more than one of these on the screen at the time. I've had a similar synergy, I believe, actually, with Tiny Planet way back during one of my first runs. That, you know, worked real well, but I also had a super high tier rate that kind of allowed me to have like 6 of these things on the screen at once. And that allowed me to really, really destroy enemies. Almost everything in one shot. Okay, we're getting our health back now. We're getting it back. I'm getting used to this synergy here. I really need tears up. If I get a sad onion, we would be golden. We would be unstoppable. No. That's what I wanted, thank you. Oh god, this guy could actually be a pain to hit. There we go. I forgot to charge before going in here, but that shouldn't be too much of an issue. Because, yeah, I was gonna say all the hearts are gonna die at once. Bum friend, no. Isaac's heart, also no. Again, I have found a use for it, but it's not useful in this situation. Necropolis, well, I'm gonna bet my next floor is gonna be greed. Let's just donate as much as we can. We're definitely gonna pass the 700 mark. Actually, we stopped exactly on the 700 mark, okay. What was in here again? Isaac's heart, that's right. I mean, there are benefits, as I said earlier. I could use it to play a blood bank infinitely. That was really stupid of me. Yes, I could use it to infinitely play a blood bank or a blood beggar. There are a lot of things that I could do. Oh god, what have I done? Pinky Eye, not a bad thing, but I would rather have Maggie's Faith. I would rather have a consistent income of health. And seeing as we're running on Spirit Hearts as our main health, Maggie's Faith is always going to pay out. Unless I am in a position where it doesn't really matter that it didn't pay out because I'm dead. Well, it kind of worked. This guy could actually be one of the tougher ones to fight like this. Mostly because of this stage right here, although that worked out super well. My speed is not quite high enough, mind you. That was really stupid. I could have died there, and I still might die. But as long as I go down to the next floor, I'm going to have a red heart to back up this whatever amount of spirit heart. And that'll make me feel a little bit safer. So let's go. Let's move on to Necropolis 2. Yeah, we had half a spirit heart. We were very close to just dying because I didn't think things through. If I could just have some tears up, please. Just a little bit of tears up. Because that's the problem, I can only hit one part of the screen at a time right now. And that makes things a lot more difficult. Also making things more difficult, the fact that my blood baby and these brains leave the same color of stuff on the ground, and I don't know which one is which. That's a whole lot of money that I can't donate because the donation machine is broken, but that's a whole lot of money. Yeah, I guess we're going right. I really do love the Brimstone anti-gravity synergy. You guys are only witnessing like the worst possible situation for it, but in the right situation it is incredibly overpowered. Overpowered in a good way, overpowered in the way of you fought hard for this, you've got a crazy synergy that is very rare, now have fun. 2 more golden chests, did not pay out with any keys like I expected they would. So that kind of sucks, but we're going to bomb in here twice. That's going to give us a it's going to give us a link house. I don't think we have any reason to sleep. I think that just full heals you. Speed up, not quite tears up, but still useful. Path to the womb. We don't want to take this, we would miss out on the devil room, as well as the Polaroid or negative choice. There we go. Another spirit heart from the relic. The relic has been doing good work for us. The relic is the very much not unsung hero of the run. That's the other thing I should mention, is that that little circle on the ground does actually do damage. So it's not just the blast you have to hit with, you can hit with the actual placement of it as well. Full health doesn't really help. Are you a wizard? Doesn't help or hurt. What other ways do we have to go? To the right. Nope. To the up. This is one of the more mind-melting combinations of items that you're likely to run into. Owie. That's not the best position to be in. Let's be honest here. Kamikaze. Now, if I had Pyro, this would be the most overpowered item of all time, but since I don't, that could actually be kind of useful. Well, there goes my Eternal Heart. So, Blue Baby's friend here is a familiar that you control much like the Ludovico technique. If you press the arrow keys in the direction that you want him to move, and he moves in that direction. He moves in that direction. So, you know, when we're trying to... By the way, I don't know how I took a whole heart of damage there. So when we're in a position where using our Brimstone shot is a little bit more difficult, we can use that to do some damage. Not too concerned about losing a life, by the way. Quite honestly, my lives aren't the most important thing. The sun, we might as well take with us. And we're running mostly on Spirit Hearts anyway, so losing the red hearts isn't a big deal. There we go. And that works. Can I go to the item room and all? The mom fight is hard enough with this Brimstone synergy that I may just focus on using... Oh my god. I backed myself in a corner. Careful. That's gonna be a tough fight. That helped. Okay, so that's gonna be our trick. Get her to spawn in the spawner foot inside the Brimstone beam. And that's going to do a good deal of damage. Okay, we're alive. Let's go for the chest. It's free, we might as well, right? And it's not free, we lose a life for it, but we're not losing any HP is what I'm getting at here. I really wish I could have some tears up. Did the Polaroid just... What's this then? Is this a mechanic that's changed that I didn't know about? I just got hit with one heart remaining in the wound. And either because of Horror of Babylon activating, or because of the Polaroid, I was saved at a half heart. Somehow, my health went down by half when it should have gone down by 1. I'm not sure how. I really don't know how. I'm guessing that maybe the, I'm guessing that it was just the Whore of Babylon. When it activated, it froze up the, health drain. Oh my god. Like, yeah, not having the tiers to have two of these out at once is making this a lot more difficult than last time I had the similar synergy. I'm still not sure on that. Otherwise, I would be kind of building a strategy around it, to be honest with you. But since I don't really know what happened, I don't want to try to base my planning around it and end up being wrong. Mr. Fred shouldn't be that bad. So this guy got free, naturally. It's so hard to tell with this ball appearing on my face when I'm actually fully charged. But, dead. Get the halo, that's actually really useful. I gotta do it because it makes us guppy. It makes us guppy, and that means that we are very, very powerful. This is the right way to the boss. Thank you, Pin, for being considered a multi-segment enemy. Because my fly arm is massive. Yes! Oh my god. Well, that dodging was pretty much impossible. Don't get me wrong, it was probably possible, but... Oh yeah, we're flying, we don't need to worry about the spikes. Duh, we got Guppy. Oh ho ho. Yeah, it was going well. Oh my god. Why? This is very much a glass cannon build, mind you. Whew. Do we have what it takes to beat the cathedral in the chest? I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know. Well, maybe that's why I got stopped at half a heart. Maybe I still have my eternal heart. So it took away the half eternal heart, the half red heart. I thought I had lost it already, but I may not have. Now the spirit hearts we are going to leave behind and come back to collect when we go to fight the boss, because then we're going to have as much health as possible for Isaac. I really wish I'd gotten any tears ups. Any tears up at all? Oh, GG, my friends. GG. Yeah, we are, we're gonna win now. We are going to win now. Almost undoubtedly. Because of that. You know what, let's go grab that other Spirit Heart. There's no reason to save it. This run is over, it's just a matter of playing out the remainder. Boom! Goodbye, entire room. Boom! Goodbye, entire room. Boom! Goodbye, entire room. Whoops. That was rather silly, but this room would have blown it anyway. Kind of feel like I'm best served using the familiar here. These guys are hard to hit with Brimstone. Period. Bye, Isaac. Oh, I left a Spirit Heart there. That was silly. It was rather silly indeed. Oh, Curse of Blindness, great. Forever Cement doesn't affect anything, Brother Bobby also doesn't really affect much. Except for my ability to get through red poop, apparently. Let's go find Blue Baby, shall we? With these very, very difficult rooms. Hey look, that guy actually survived for a second. The Hourglass, no thank you. Troll Bomb, even more no thank you. I just killed like 4 pins with one Tammy's Head Burst. That tells you something. This is a dead end. Let's open these 2 chests. Mongo Baby. Spider Baby. Damn it, red poop. Oh, the never-ending death that Tammy's head rains down upon my foes. Gurgling, you survived? How did you, of all things, survive that? I just wiped out 2 super gluttonies instantaneously. And probably should have wiped out 2 horsemen right away, but kind of messed up my execution. Let's go kill Blue Baby, shall we? Thank you guys for watching. A little bit long episode, but we had a fun ending there after fighting our way for it for so long. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed. I will see you next time. Take care, everyone. Have a good one. I'll see you later.